All right, hang on, guys. We finna get started in a little bit. Let me finish setting this up real quick, and then we'll get started with the stream. Hold on, guys. We finna get started in a little bit. Yeah, 24 hours, baby. Where's that chat box at? Oh, yeah, it's at the top of the screen. Okay. Almost done, guys. Almost done. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. Yo, hold on, guys. We about to get started in a little bit. Just gotta still finish getting set up. Yeah, we finna go over some of these Elden Ring Nightreign trailers. We finna get ready, baby. Elden Ring Nightreign in 24 hours. That's what I'm talking about, gang. Whew. Yeah, your boy's excited. I've been waiting for this since the betas came out. Oh, also, hold on. I gotta show you guys something. I remember a couple of nights ago we were talking about Pop-Tarts in the live stream. Look what I picked up. You see that? Frosted cinnamon roll Pop-Tarts, baby. Can't tell me these shits ain't fire right now. You can't tell me they're not fire. The good thing about Pop-Tarts is they're always good hot or cold. All right, let's get this show started. So what we're going to do today basically is we're going to be going over all the Elden Ring Nightreign trailers, which I'm pretty excited for because I wanted to go over this and break down some of like the characters that we just got, or that we will be getting. Don't worry, we're going to be here for a little bit. We're going to go through all these trailers, take a look at these characters, and make some more like in-depth observations. So yeah. If I get into the video, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let me actually drop the Discord link before I forget. Okay, hold on. Almost got the link. No, wrong one. Okay, here we go. So I'm about to drop the link in the Discord link in the chat. And then for anybody who wants to join that Discord, feel free. I pinned it to the top of the description. All right, so like I said, we're just gonna be going over some of the trailers that just dropped for Elden Ring Nightreign, which I'm pretty excited about because, man, it's been a long time coming for this game, if I'm being honest. Like a long time coming. How do I get rid of this? Right here, there we go. Okay, now I can't see the other half of the chat, but whatever. Hold on. I'm trying to see the other half of the chat. It's whatever. I got it put up right here, but yeah, let's get into some of these Elden Ring Nightreign trailers. Let me know which characters you're excited for and what bosses you would like to see in this game, because your boy's actually pretty excited. So, okay, make sure the desktop audio isn't too loud. Guys, let me know if it's too loud. So this is the official launch trailer. Let's watch it. Dude, why does the Wilder have so much aura right now?
The will to cross the endless night and fight on. Till every shred of their being is ground away.
Okay, so I think we got a new character. That's the Revenant. Spirit summons. Okay. Let's talk to him. Let's go. Dude, why does the Wilder have so much aura, bro? Yeah, this trailer was actually pretty saucy. Okay, so let's talk about this, right? I'm glad I pre-ordered my copy because now I can get that It's Raining bonus gesture, which I'm definitely going to flex that for faux show. I'm definitely going to flex that. I mean, just think about it. Think about how cool it is when you win your first boss battle, and then you just get to pop that It's Raining emote. Dude, that shit's gonna go so crazy. And then also check this out. If we go back just a little bit. Okay, yeah, so if we go back just a little bit, we can see everything that came with the collector's edition, which I didn't pre-order the collector's edition, nor did I buy it, just because I didn't feel like it was really necessary. But what's cool is that you get all these little neat things. Like you get I think that's like a art book right there. So that's the digital soundtrack. This is the game, and that must be the art book. No, that's a steel book. So main game plus the DLC, steel book, and then digital soundtrack, right? And then you get the statue. Then you get a 40-page hardcover art book and 8 Nightfarer cards. Okay, so here's my thing about that, right? It's cool if they release it for like some kind of, not special price, but a reasonable price, I should say. I remember for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, like their like collector's edition was borderline like $300, bro. I was like, yo, I don't know about that one, bud. But this is Elden Ring Nightreign. It's different. All right, so now we get the reveal gameplay trailer. Let's pop that up. I'm excited, bro. Like I said, the beta was really good, so I'm excited to see how much the main game has actually changed. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, we finna be on this bitch 24/7. If I'm gonna be honest, I might be earlying off of work tomorrow so I can start playing it. Get an early start to my weekend. Okay, those are the sites of graces.
Seekers of redemption, you were chosen, thrown together by forces beyond their control.
That's got to be like a Scarlet Rot portion of like the map. If you're in that area, then you start afflicting Scarlet Rot. We didn't have any of that in the beta version though. That's the thing. So all we really got in the beta was just well, I mean, it's like a new name for this map. It's not Limgrave, but it's like Limgarve or something like that. So it's not Limgrave.
And for that, I need your help.
Yeah, so we didn't get that in the beta either.
The night is far from over. Little pillager.
Oh yeah, these fights about to go so brazy.
I will swat away any and all who dare approach.
Okay, that was Gladius right there. I remember I beat him in my beta run. Actually, I got a dub on Gladius in the beta run. I was so psyched about that. And that was a very godly run too. I'm gonna post the not post, but I'm gonna do or pull up the video of that boss battle because that was so tits. All right, let's run it back just a little bit. So we have some new areas that we didn't get in the beta version, like this, for example. So I remember they were talking about it in the like in an interview. So like this area right here, and let me mute that. So this area right here is basically like a secret area in the map where you could get like additional weapons, items, like some very good like rarities, but you have to make it out of there in time, which is why they have the Spectral Hawk. I think that's what they called that shit, the Spectral Hawk, to take you out of that map. So that was good right there. And then also we get the ability to climb. I mean, this is a lot of things that we already knew beforehand, but I just still think it's cool. Like it's very, like when I was playing the beta, I was fucking sold. Like we didn't get like half of the stuff that they're dropping in the main game. And of course, but see like this character, I forgot his name. Well, what was his character's name? I'm gonna pull it up in a little bit, but this character right here where he like the pairing, he has like the Sekiro mechanics. I'm probably gonna try him out the most because I know how satisfying it is to get parries in Sekiro. So I know this is about to be like a fucking it's about to be like the cream de la crop of like peak gameplay right here. So yeah, that Gladius fight. Let me pull that up actually. So here's my Gladius run. Okay, now this is where things are gonna get a little scary. So yeah, we made it to day 3 on one of my runs, and basically on the 3rd day, so you pretty much have to You would want to be at least like level 12, maybe level 11, depending on your build. See, we got lucky enough to where I was able to run it up to like level 14, level 15 almost. And my abilities weren't that good, but you know, we were doing pretty good. So with that fight, I also wonder if these entrance animations are going to change too. This was actually pretty sauce. So yeah, when we enter the Gladius fight, that boy just came out ready to rumble, baby. So another thing I'm also going to say is that a lot of like the fights, they did not optimize this for a single player experience. And I just want everybody to be aware of that, because I've kind of had to come to terms with the fact that on launch, like this is not going to be regulated for single players. Maybe like an upgrade in the future, but as of now, like if you're trying to solo this, like good fucking luck, dude. Like if you can solo this, like you're probably a god. Like you're a god if you can solo this, because the damage outputs and the scaling was meant for 3 players. So like I said, if you could solo this, then you're pretty much good. You don't need a party. This Gladius fight, he was actually pretty crazy, because at some point he could split all 3 of his bodies to where he could attack you at one time. See, look at that. So he split his whole body into 3. So I mean, some of my guys were actually really good. Like I said, this is a pretty goated run. It's just, sometimes from software you get cocked, and that's not a bad thing in particular if you know how to play around it. But see, so my strategy was baiting the other 2 and just running while my other guy can like actually start getting the revive. Yeah, and then he's gonna come back into his what is that? What do they call it? Like a Cerberus or something like that? Cerberus state. So I'd say one thing that would really help is if you have definitely a bleed build. Like the bleed build really like cocked this boss to the extreme. Oh, come on, dude. Did we get somebody get the parry? Okay, not the parry, but the hey, somebody got the visceral, which is good. Yeah, with the bleed build, this boss was easy. It's just you had to be wary of like his area attacks. And I think it was like towards the end, everybody just really started getting like beat up. See, look, I'm baiting all those guys, and then he just comes back around. So yeah, we did end up beating him. So this is actually a really goated run that I got in the beta, and I was actually really excited about that. Because, I have the proof right here. I was cooking in the beta, so it's more than likely I'm definitely going to be cooking in the real game. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was the Gladius fight. And I will say, let's see, let me see. Let me pull up the session where we actually... Okay, so this was the session where we actually got to... Like, the session that led us up to the boss. Come on, why aren't you loading, bro? Alright, let's try that again. There you go. Load. Okay, so this run was actually really good. Like, it's all about placement and where you land, because there's gonna be some enemies where you fall in front of where you're not gonna beat them. Like, luckily we landed in this section of the map, but I remember there's another section where you would fall in front of Loretta, and if you, I think no, this is actually where Loretta actually is. So if you, I mean, we're level 1s, we can't fight her right now. It's complete suicide. So a lot of these enemies in the beginning, you're gonna have to initially avoid unless you're just built like that. I mean, none of us were, but we were able to at least like cover some good ground. I mean, and we got lucky in some pretty good spots. Like there's this place somewhere on this area where you could get like an extra chalice, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was back here a little bit. Was it? No, maybe a little further. I could have sworn there's an area where you could get like an extra chalice. Oh no, maybe I'm tripping. No, okay, so it's over here in this it's in this area somewhere where you could get like that extra chalice flask. Oh wait, hold on, I found it. So okay, so over in that area, hold on. Go back. Okay, boom. So you go to this church over here. In this, like that church right there, you could get like an extra Estus flask. So then you'll be able to get like an extra charge in, which is really good. That's really gonna help too, because sometimes you might get overwhelmed, and that could make or break your run depending on who you're playing with. And then, so this is one of those bosses that we were able to beat, the hippo boss. Where's he at? Yeah, the golden hippopotamus. So it's really good that you try and fight some of these like lower ranked bosses, because they could supply some really good drops, and they're not that hard to beat. Well, I mean, see, so my guy was running the Duchess build, but they don't play the Duchess build like I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to play very conservatively and play smart, because the Duchess, while she is very OP, is very low on health. So that's one thing you got to look at that, dude. Like, my whole team is like fucking dying on me. Like, I hard carried this run. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, my teammates were good, but I like literally had to hard carry. And I realize I'm gonna be doing that a lot in these games, because a lot of these people don't know how to play a From Software title. And I've never played a From Software title, so it's gonna be pretty many. So let's see, what are some of the rewards that it drops? Okay, he was very easy to stun. Okay, so look at these rewards right here. You got the crystal knife that came with a lightning slash armament. Not an armament, but a ailment, I guess you would call it. You got the heart bow, and then you can get one of these things where they increase your maximum HP. So it's very, very good that you try to find as many of these bosses as you can and take them down as fast as you can. Because remember, you only have like 15 minutes per night. So overall, the whole run is going to be 45 minutes if you make it until the end. But yeah, if you just try and do as much as you can in 15 minutes, try to cover as much ground and play with people who know how to play. Which, I mean, it's probably not going to be a lot of people, but if you play with people who stick together and know what they're doing and know how to cover good ground, then you're going to have a lot of successful runs. But if you're playing with just fucking scrubs and goofballs, then you're not going to win, you know, because at some point somebody's going to die or they get disconnected and quit. Then you're playing with two people, and it's just, it just goes downhill from there. So, okay, who's the main enemy that we fought that night? Oh, okay. No. Yeah, was it these guys? No, this was day 2. Was it day 2? Okay, so the centipede demon. This guy right here, he was a pain. I'm gonna be honest. This guy sucked, especially if you're trying to beat him by yourself, because he had like his centipedes right there that would like unhook off of him and kind of like track you down. This guy kind of sucked, but I will say the Wilder was actually really good against him. I mean, I guess the Wilder is kind of like that overall good character anyway. So yeah, I mean, I think the Wilder is pretty good overall for a lot of these fights. And then, yeah, so this is the run where we really got some goated weapons. So we got one of those dragons that we beat. What did he give us? Okay, so look, we got a bloody Hellas. We got another HP restoration upon successful attacks, which means every attack gave us an extra 3% HP back. So it's good to cover as much ground as possible and beat enemies that look like they give you the best like loadouts. So I feel like it's the stronger enemies that you beat, the better your loadouts are gonna get. I mean, well, yeah, duh, but you know, this is just the beta, so who knows how much could have changed in that time. Like, well, we played the beta in like February, so that could have changed like a lot. And then in this next fight, we basically fought Margit the Fell Omen. And this guy, he was clapping our cheeks like crazy. Well, he wasn't clapping my cheeks. He was clapping my teammates' cheeks. Because I'm saying, like, a lot of these guys, they don't... It's either, like, got too close or just didn't really know how to, like, bait and switch. Just getting too greedy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we ended up beating the Fell Omen. I mean, after I had to, like... I pretty much had to carry this fight. Let me see. This fight went on for kind of like a long time, if I'm being honest. How do we end up beating him? Okay, so yeah, I lightweight carried this fight. Yeah, not even lightweight. I high key carried the fight because everybody else kept dying. I think this is where he gets killed. Yeah, no, see, look, I had to carry so hard right here. Look at that. See, then I had to save everybody. It's gonna turn into one of those. But yeah, so that was the Gladius run that we just did. And that was actually a pretty successful run, I will say that.
Band together and prepare to claim. The life of the Night Lord.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I probably am gonna early off tomorrow just so I can be ready. So the next trailer we're gonna do is the Executor. So that was the character's name, the Executor. So we're gonna go over a little quick analysis of this character, see what he's about. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the whole trailer out, and then we're gonna go back and do an analysis. Yeah, those godly parries. I like that sound it makes too. It's like ting 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 ting. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, now let's go back and break that down. So a couple of things I wanted to point out. So his style, the Executor style of gameplay is basically Sekiro in a nutshell. I don't know how forgiving the parries are going to be or how easy it's going to be, because think about it. Think about it like this. Parrying in Elden Ring and trying to parry in Sekiro are two totally different things. Parrying in Sekiro, it's like a must. Like, you're not going to win the game unless you know how to parry. But in Elden Ring, parrying is like an option. You know what I mean? Like, it's not contingent on you winning the fight. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to parry. I would hope they would adopt some kind of Sekiro like style of parrying to where it's just kind of like second nature at that point. But I mean, if they had to include a character like this in the game, then they would have had to made it easy to parry, since that's like his gimmick. I mean, I'd hope, right? Okay, and then what I'm also wondering is, so, you know, like in Sekiro, you'd have to like individually parry each hit. Like, you couldn't just hold down the parry and then it just automatic. Like, I wonder if you'd have to like time each hit just like you would in Sekiro. That'd actually be so cool. And it wouldn't be easy either, which is good because it's more satisfying when you can get those parries. And I'm not excited about this guy returning. These Crucible Knights. Goodness gracious, man. God help us all. Like, I'm not ready for a Crucible Knight, that's for sure. I mean, these guys were annoying in the base game, so imagine how annoying they're going to be in this game. Okay, so it looks like you can turn into like some kind of Crucible creature or something like that. I mean, I don't know what to call this character, but the fact that you can actually transform as one and like really play out how you want to bait it, like you could use it to either, you know, take down the remaining hit points of an enemy, or you could use it to try and restore an ally at the same time while taking minimal damage. There's many ways you could play around with that. Okay, so that was the Executor trailer, and that actually looked pretty sauce. I will say the Executor as a character, like he's definitely looking like my kind of character right there. So I don't know who I'm gonna play as the first night. I might play as the Wilder. I'm gonna go through every classic character, but I might start off with the Wilder. He's probably the most sauciest character, you know, next to this one. All right, so now we're gonna get into the Wilder character gameplay.
It won't be easy. We face a true horror. We track them down and kill them all. I ask myself how I'm still alive.
Oh, okay.
I think is sheer luck.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that parry, not the parry, but the his ultimate art is actually OP as fuck, dude. Like real deal. All right, so let's run that back again.
True horror.
Okay, so he has a passive ability called the Sixth Sense and instinctively avoids a single fatal attack. Okay, so it's kind of like a second, like really like a second chance. So basically what they're saying, like anything after that Sixth Sense, like that's on you, buddy.
We track them down.
Okay, that's actually funny because we didn't get that in the beta. Yeah, I mean either I didn't get it or we just didn't get it in the beta. I don't remember that.
Kill them all.
Okay, so the claw shot is something we did get in the beta, and that actually proved pretty useful. Like, I mean, the way he's using it in this trailer right here is actually kind of sauce. Like, he brought himself close to the enemy and then just did the fatal attack.
Still alive, and all I can think is sheer luck.
All right, then his ultimate art is the Onslaught Stake. So drive a stake into a foe with a powerful explosion. And now this is basically where you could stagger, like, I think almost any enemy in the game. Like, you will stagger with this one, and that's going to give a nasty visceral attack. Yeah, like the Wilder, he's super duper OP. Basically, he's like a vagabond, just like a little bit better than a vagabond. Yeah, I like this character. Let me see if I have some gameplay on my channel about that. I did play as the Wilder in like my first session. Let's pull that up real quick.
Yo, what's up, gang? Coming back at you with another
I was shitty ass mic. Yeah, so this is some gameplay of the Wilder right here. I mean, this is one of those ones where we got caught in a, like one of our teammates kind of just left us. Okay, yeah, the Wilder, he's really OP. I like him. Like I said, he's like a vagabond, but just a little bit better. I mean, he's definitely very, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not optional, but he's like one of those universal characters. So as long as you can play him really any way you want, just don't use him as a magic build. He's definitely not a magic character for sure. Build him any kind of way, just not a magic character. You'd be playing yourself if you did that. Yeah, he's super OP. Where did I use one of my arts at? You know, sometimes you'd be so into the run that you don't even really realize that it's ready to go. Yeah, okay, so that was the Wilder right there. So what's the next trailer? The Raider. Okay, yeah, this is one I haven't really seen too much of.
What a glorious way to pass the time. The night is nothing to be afraid of. I can't wait to jump into the fray.
All right, let's run that back. So he seems to be more of like a tanky kind of character, like that really brutish, bulky character. And I hear some of these guys have some really cool skins. Okay, so he has the passive ability Fighter's Resolve, which he cannot be knocked down while using the Retaliate skill. Okay, so he no matter what, he can't be staggered while using that skill. Okay, that's really good.
Nothing to be afraid of.
Okay, now he has, that's the Retaliate skill. A vigorous punch that can stagger even the largest enemies. Huh, okay. So here it is, a no, it's not an ulcerated tree spear. I think it's like a tree sentinel or something. Okay, and then ultimate art is Totem Stella, and summons a giant tombstone that deals damage, boosts nearby allies, and can be used as a platform. So this is one of those attacks where, okay, so like it says here, or like it shows here, you're actually using the what's this character's name? The something Hawkeye, Red Eye, whatever his name is. This could basically be used as like a way for him to snipe. So it could be used as an offensive attack, a defensive attack. Really, just any way you really want to play it. That's actually pretty cool. So yeah, that was the Raider. And I hear some of these guys have some really, really good skins that you can unlock. So that'll be pretty cool to see. Okay, so let's see. Let's get into the Guardian. Damn, aura farming to the max right there. Am I gonna play Elden Ring Nightreign when it comes out? Fuck yeah, bro. Are you kidding me? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna play this. Dude, I already pre-ordered the game. I pre-ordered my copy literally the day after the beta ended. Like, literally, like, I think so they released a map where of the release times of the game, and I'm over here on the West Coast, so PST. The game is coming out at 9 p.m. tomorrow. So yeah, I'm earlying off of work tomorrow so I can come play this game. Yeah, I'm gonna early off of work tomorrow. I already got it set in my mind. I'm definitely playing it. And hey, Pickle, if you're on PS5, bro, drop your if you're on PS5, drop your PSN and then I'll add you. And if you want to play with me on stream, we're gonna fucking do it, baby. I told people, like, if they want to play with me on live stream, drop your gamer tags and we'll make it happen for sure. All right, so let's break it down, his trailer again. Okay, so he's more of the defensive type. So he has the shield and then he has his battle axe right here. And I really did like his weapon art too. So yeah, he can summon that tornado and then he can do like a fucking dive bomb attack, which is pretty sauce. Dude, look at this elite aura farming right here. Like, he's sitting here next to the recluse, just reading a book like he's not about to go obliterate. Dude, that's aura farming to the max right there. Okay, so yeah, there you go. That's a special attack. So he's going to do like a little dive bomb. I think that staggers the enemy too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and then he also has... Oh, okay. So he's like a very, not universal character, but if you know how to play to his strengths, then this character will actually be pretty good. I personally didn't really like the Guardian too much. Maybe I just didn't utilize him properly. But the Guardian, he felt like an okay character. It's just you really want to utilize his shield because that's where like he specializes in, you know what I mean? All right, let's watch the Duchess. No, wrong one.
Above all else, we are allies.
So the Duchess was a character I actually liked the most. Like, if I had to rank the characters that came out in the beta, it was the Wilder, the Duchess, the Hawkeye, and then Recluse. I didn't really like Recluse too much just because I didn't feel like they really set her up to succeed that much. Just because, well, one, she can get one tapped easily. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna shit on the recluse. I'll explain it when we get there.
Get my hands dirty. Do not be afraid.
Yeah, so she pretty much has the same arts that she did in the beta. All right, let's run that back. So the thing with the Duchess is that she's very like, okay, a very nimble fighter. And I'm not gonna lie, she had like this crazy ultra instinct like style of dodging that basically like you could really sauce up your enemies. As long, I mean, it's if you're willing to take the risk. Like if you know like you're a god with the whole dodging and like, you know what I'm saying, really timing those out, it looks pretty saucy if I'm being honest. Okay, so she has her passive ability, Magnificent Poise. Dodge and attack swiftly with reduced stamina cost. Okay, yeah, so she was actually like a really like not free character, but she can move pretty easily. So yeah, her passive ability kind of makes her like really OP.
Now I'm ready to get my hands dirty.
Okay, so the restage ability, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had trouble really using that just because I didn't really know how to use restage properly. So it says reapply the last few seconds of team damage to enemies. Okay. So ultimately the last character that got hit and with what attack it got hit with, you could restage that and then do damage to your enemy. Okay, so I mean, that's really useful.
Do not be afraid.
Okay, now her ultimate art finale is where you could basically just, you go invisible. Like, if you guys ever seen Danny Phantom, you know how he's like, he's going ghost. That's basically what you're doing right there. You're going ghost. But that doesn't mean that the enemy's not going to see you though, if that makes sense. So the way I can explain it is that, so you know how you can't see something, but you could feel it. It's one of those kind of things. Maybe I'm just looking into it too deep. I don't know, but that's the best way I can explain it, because I've had some runs where we still get touched from some of these bosses, even though we're invisible. So it's not like they just automatically unlock from us. It's, I don't know exactly how the AI picks it up, but it was kind of weird. So yeah, it's when you start attacking, that's when, you know, they start getting hip to what's going on. But yeah, the recluse, or not the recluse, the Duchess, I really did like her. That's so I got my game-winning run with the Duchess. The first boss when we defeated Gladius, I beat it with the Duchess. So she holds a special place in my heart. She got me my first beta testing dub, which I mean, a lot of people can say like, "Oh, calm down, it's just the beta," but I have proof that I got my dub. You know what I mean? A lot of those people are salty they couldn't get a dub because they fucking suck balls. But that's a conversation not everybody's ready to have. So we got the Executor, the condemned warrior who wields a cursed katana blade. So this is the Sekiro style of gameplay right here. Okay, so tenacity, receive boost when cleansed from status ailments. So it makes me wonder, like, what kind of boost is he actually getting exactly? Like, is it just an attack boost, poise boost? I don't know.
And let any who dare disturb such peace face my blade.
Okay, so his cursed sword deflect enemy attacks with a special stance. So like how I was kind of speculating in the last, or at least in his character trailer, I kind of wonder how they're going to do the parrying, because I know in Sekiro, you'd have to, like, you couldn't just hold down the parry button and just parry every attack. You had to time out each parry. So I wonder if that's how it's going to be here, or they're just going to try and like make it a little more user friendly, and just if you hold down that stance, then you just kind of just parry everything. I hope that's not the case. I hope it's the Sekiro way where you could just, if you're a god with it, you can just time your parries and everything, and that actually be pretty good. I'd also want to see like what the risk reward is for using this kind of character, because you know those parries you might not hit them all the time, but if the damage output is really good, then hey, you know, I'm here for it.
Clear your thoughts. Accept your fate.
Oh, okay. So his ultimate art is aspects of the Crucible Beast. Assume the form of the primordial beast. Oh, so he's a Crucible. Oh, dude, we have our own Crucible. Let's go. Because those enemies were super duper OP in Elden Ring for no reason, bro. Like, if you know you're going up against a Crucible Knight, you're fucked. Because those guys are just difficult for no reason. And they're hella hard to stagger, too. That's the crazy part. They got like an ungodly amount of poise. I know a lot of Elden Ring players in here can agree with me, because that's basically how they operate. They're super tanky, they do damage, and they just manhandle you, bro. Okay, let me run that back real quick. So what I'm thinking with this kind of attack, so you're a primordial beast, right? So you could use this as an offensive or maybe a little more like a tactical move. Like, think about it like this. Excuse me. You go into the Crucible Beast, right? If the enemy is near a player that's downed, you could basically use this character to try and get that your partner to like respawn or get back up. At the same time, you're kind of providing a tank and you're doing damage to the enemy at the same time. I mean, granted that he's like right next to him. So this can be used as an offensive and a defensive move, which I think is actually really, really good on From Software's end. Like, they carefully thought out this character and like how he could be used, and I like that very much. The Executor, he was not in the beta. The only ones that were in the beta were the Duchess, the Recluse, the Wilder, and what was that other guy's name? Hawkeye? The Guardian. I gotta stop calling him a Hawkeye. He's the Guardian. Alright, so now we're gonna get into the Iron Knight trailer. So this is the Archer. Okay, that was kind of sauce. So it seems like his arrows can kind of cause like he has like a pretty good staggering effect. All right, let's run that back. I don't know how I feel about the Iron Eye all crazy, just because I'm not really an archer kind of guy. But from what he's doing, like, he seems like he's perfect for taking down multiple hordes of enemies. I mean, that's if you know, like, so say you find somebody who's actually good at, you know, getting off those shots, then he could be a completely dominant character. But think about it, like how fast paced this game moves. Like, are you really gonna stop to take the time to really like aim your shit properly? You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like, you're in a like life or death situation. You think you're just gonna take your time and just, you know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, let me fix this real quick. Okay, I had to make sure my camera can be seen. So just imagine this, right? You're playing as the Iron Eye. Say you're playing as like, you're playing against like the Fell Omen, right? Are you really gonna take your time to just like line up your shot and just let it go? Like, how practical do you think that's gonna be? Like, you just got to be quick with it, snipe them off. You know what I'm saying? Get those quick scopes in. For anybody who were you know, MW2 pwned trick shot sniper gods, like, this is the guy for you. Okay, it looks like he has a cool little dash right there. I think to kind of like create some distance against the enemy. Let's watch that again. And it looks like that could stagger pretty easy. And this is his ultimate attack. I actually do kind of like that. That's a very good AoE attack. I wonder if they explain it in like his actual trailer. Is he even gonna get one? Yeah, he has a gameplay trailer, so we'll get to that. All right, let's go through the Duchess now. My baby, that's my boo thing. Oh, so okay, that was that attack I was talking about. Hold on, let me go back. So you know how she like just basically just stood there and just dodged it? If you time that properly, that's basically like a perfect dodge. You know what I mean? Wasn't that so sauce? I remember we were fighting this guy in the beta, and I have a video of us like basically giving this guy back shots, but like visceral back shots. You know what I mean? Like we get behind him and it just automatically goes into the visceral animation. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, that's her going invisible. Oh, so funny thing is about these kind of characters, I didn't know this is how you'd actually beat them. I don't even think could you even do this in Elden Ring? I don't think you could do that in Elden Ring. But I didn't know they had this thing on top to where you could even like mount them like that. That's crazy. All right, let's run it back real quick. Yeah, I mean, the Duchess is pretty straightforward. She has her restage ability. Get some nasty viscerals. You turn invisible. Very quick and adaptive fighter. She's kind of like one of those, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not optional, but very, damn, what's the word? I can't think of it right now. She's multi-useful. Well, whatever the word is for being multi-useful. Oh no, she's like a variety kind of character. There you go, variety character. So that's the Duchess right there. I actually liked playing with her in the beta. Okay, so now we got some recluse character gameplay. Let's go over that.
Myself skilled in my craft.
Okay, so she's the magic type, and her passive ability is elemental defense, where she collects elemental residue to replenish HP. Now, with the recluse, I'm not going to lie, this is the character I didn't really like the most. Maybe because I wasn't using her properly, I don't know. But she's one of those, like, you know, stay, like, you fight from the shadows kind of deal, and then you pop out when you're ready to do, like, some massive damage or do something crazy.
Time for thy lesson, is it?
Okay, so this is the magic cocktail. So this is where you could combine like a lot of her attacks and then just throw it into like some magic fucking bomb.
We must put the night sky to rights.
And ultimate art soul blood song affixes blood sigils to enemies that restore the health and magic of nightfarers who attack them. Okay, so she's basically, when she does that, she can restore health, magic. So that's actually really, really good. That's the part about her that I do like. She's like, the more you wail on those enemies, the more health and magic that you're getting back. So that's pretty cool. All right, so that was the recluse. I mean, now that I kind of got like a better understanding of her, I actually want to try her out again when the time comes.
Stand your ground and raise your shield.
Okay, so for the Guardian, his Steel Guard passive ability, a powerful guard stance that is difficult to break. So basically his shield damage, or not shield damage, but his guard is going to be very difficult to get through even for the most powerful enemies from what it looks like. So he can be definitely a good shield for sure to like lead in. So then he has the Whirlwind character skill and summons a cyclone that knocks small enemies off their feet and can repel light projectiles. Okay, I remember that in the beta.
Now we strike at the head of the serpent.
And then you got the Wings of Salvation. That's actually a pretty sauce like way to name a skill. Dive from above to attack a large area and protect allies. The Wings of Salvation. There you go. Okay, well that was the Guardian. Who's next? The Wilder character trailer? I think I already watched this, no? I mean, we'll watch it again. Who cares? It's a fun fact. The more you charge that up, the stronger it gets. Like, you really gotta hold it, let it really rip and do some damage. Dude, the soundtrack for this game is so cool. Damn, look at all that aura, bro. You didn't have to cook so hard. Wilder. Okay, so that was the Wilder trailer, which I thought was actually one of the better ones. So we got the Raider character trailer. I mean, we'll go through all these. Why not? Honestly, I feel like this guy could probably give you the best chance of taking on Loretta, the Raider. So if you got beef with Loretta, you know, this is the character to use. This is the strat. Let me know how that goes. If you got beef, where's my burger at? Dang, that was so sauce. All right, now let's go to the Recluse character trailer. I feel like a lot of these are the same. Well, one was a gameplay. This is just a character trailer. Honestly, that looked like it didn't even touch him. That looked like that missed. I'm gonna play that back. I think that missed. No, see, I don't even think that was... He didn't even flinch, dude. I think that missed. But anyway, that's the Recluse. I might have to give that character another chance.
Our
Okay, so his Eagle Eye passive ability, his Keen Observation increases enemy drops. Oh, okay, so it's good to have this guy on your team for sure. Have somebody run one of him, and your chances of getting better drops are gonna increase.
This time we cannot miss our mark.
Okay, his marking skill. Marks enemies to create a temporary weak point. Oh, okay. Oh, it's even better. Oh, so depending on where you hit him, you could basically get the nasty visceral.
Night is far from over.
Okay, and his single shot. That's his ultimate art. Shoots a supersonic arrow that pierces any defense. Let's watch that one more time. That's the big daddy of all attacks right there. Like you whip this bitch out, bro. It's time for business. We ain't here to play, baby. All right, so that was the Iron Eye trailer. Raider character gameplay. I mean, we already watched this. Let's watch the Revenant trailer, then this will be the end of the live.
Peggy 16.
This just came out today, a couple hours ago. So this is a character that summons spirit ashes? Is that her gimmick, the spirit ashes? Oh, that could become her aids. Oh, it's actually pretty cool. Oh, she can revive? Ooh, did I catch that properly? Hold on. Yeah, both your members are down. That looked like a revive to me. That looks like a revive. Let's fucking go, baby. We got a revive character. That's what I'm talking about. No, let me check that out one more time, because the Revenant character looks super duper good. I can't believe they didn't even tease her until the day before. That's actually good marketing. All right, guys, let me know. Is this a revive? Is this a revive? This looks like a revive to me. Let's go, baby. And she can also utilize enemies that she defeats and turn them into spirit ashes. Which I'm actually glad they're actually utilizing spirit ashes, because I didn't think it's probably one of the few mechanics that they haven't like really said anything about. Okay, that's cool. I like that. All right, well, that's pretty much the end of this live stream. I just wanted to go over pretty much every Nightreign trailer. Just, you know, a little commemoration before the drop tomorrow. Let me know how you guys feel about this game. If you're going to be playing it, add your boy. Drop your gamer tag in the Discord if you want to join. Subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be on this bitch tomorrow. It comes out at 9 p.m. my time tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to be here for it. But yeah, thank you for everybody who's tuned in, who's going to tune in. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, subscribe.